Hello, good evening and welcome to Friday night on Rangers Radio. Tonight myself, Fox, is joined by the one and only Bridgeman. Evening, Bridge.
Oh, good evening, Fox. A big good evening to you, a big good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening in here to 40 Rangers Friday. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How's it going, pal? It was nice to meet up with you again last night.
It was magic, wasn't it? And nice to see all the boys that were there. Hopefully they're going to come on the show.
And girls.
And girls, of course. Hopefully they're going to come on and give us a wee ring and so on and so forth. So we're looking forward to that. But really good. Can I just say that if anybody wants to ring in, the phone number is 0141 356 1972. And you can get in touch with us on Skype at rangersradio.online and Foxy will bring you in nicely.
I don't know about nicely. I might do.
You will. You'll do well. You'll look after them. I know.
I already had a couple of them in a super mood tonight. I met up with Jimmy from Knightswood in the town before we travelled there to the game, mate.
Is that why you were taking so long? You're right.
Oh, no, wait, I tell you. Police Scotland decided to shut the subway at St Enoch Square. And it's alright for young, fit guys. Nicking up to Buchanan Street's no much. Jimmy's got bad knees and I'm no in the best of condition myself. And I couldn't believe that I said to the police, I went, look mate, I says, how you know letting it? He says, the Spartak fans are doing the stairs. I said, that's fair enough. I says, well, the subways are every 4 minutes at this time, I'll just wait. No, we're not letting you down. So we ended up, me and Jimmy, Jimmy's just joined us now, had to trudge all the way back up to Buchanan Street, where the queue was right out the back door. It was absolutely murder to get here, mate. Evening, Jimmy.
Hiya, Jimmy, how you doing?
How you doing, guys?
Nice to see you again last night, Jimmy. You're late again, by the way. You're late again.
I'm late again, aye. I heard Fox here. How you doing, Fox?
How you doing, Jimmy?
I know. You came quite good last night.
Aye, that was going well as well until they decided to stop at Coocadden's for about 5 minutes. I don't know what the hold up was. So I missed my connecting bus and had to wait another half an hour on the bus. I wasn't too pleased about that either. I think they just personally make it hard for Rangers supporters to travel about, you know.
I think you're right there. I think they should be utterly ashamed of themselves. This is not this was going to be a complete sellout, this game. 100% complete sellout. And that means there's going to be 49,000 or so Rangers fans and a whole chunk of them trying to get to the game in a variety of transports, and the subway's a big one. Why on earth they would want to shut a subway? Tell the other guys to walk to the stadium, march them along there, but get some police to march them along up Paisley Road West. Never mind bothering other people. Just nonsense.
See, when we first approached the City Nooks entrance, there was maybe about 10-15 coppers thrown at the top. And like Fox, I've not got any colours or needed Big Graham, my boy. But I've got my Poppy badge that I wear at all times. You know, it's a metal badge, and I don't wear it just in November. I wear it. It's a thing I wear 12 months of the year.
All right.
And I walked up to the thing. This first copper says to me, "Are you going to the game?" I says, "Well," he says, "Well, you can't get in there with any colours." I says, "Well, I've not got any colours on." But I said, "All I've got is my Poppy badge." I went to take it off, but the police next to him says, "You're not getting in." I said, "What do you mean I'm not getting in?" He says, the Spartak Moscow fans are down there, we can't let you in. So I just walked away in disgust, but I didn't know that our good friend Fox here, he decided he was going to have a verbal spat with the guy, and quite rightly so. I heard him say, but this is public transport, but as Fox probably said, the coppers weren't even any, and it was disgraceful, you know. Thankfully we had the hindsight, if that's the right word, to buy our tickets early, because the subway queue at Buchanan Street was absolutely horrendous. But those with tickets were able to march on, so it was a rubbish. Why did they not publicise that St Enoch's would be a no-go area? I know Little Blue touched on it last night. She said that there was rumblings that was going to happen, but why no? Why did Rangers not told that, look, St Enoch's Square is going to be a no-go area for Rangers fans for transport of the game? Absolutely scandalous it was. I was absolutely peed off. myself, Fox, my big boy, to walk away back up to Buchanan Street. What I will say, I thought Fox was going to stick one in the Police's chin.
Oh,
he was getting heat.
20 years ago, that would have been a problem, mate.
No, but you were getting as good as you were. He was trying to explain to you, but you were right. It's a public system, and why are we not allowed in? We don't have any colour zone, but they were adamant we weren't going to get in, and no, just us. There was hundreds of other Rangers fans turned away. There might have been thousands by the time before we'd go there and after. It was absolutely disgusting, Bridge. There should have been some sort of announcement, you know. Thankfully, for what I've heard, there wasn't any trouble. I don't know if you guys in the lobby or anywhere else, if there was any trouble, but for what I can read and heard, there was no trouble at all, which was good. Seemingly they were kept in 50 minutes after the final whistle, so whatever way they can't.
Well, you know, that would be about, sorry for interrupting there, Jim, but that would be about right, because being a solid traveller on the subway, when we get down after the game, we got down to the subway queue, and it was queued round the corner, as you know, and sometimes you're really, really lucky, and you get down there and there's hardly anybody in front of you, and that's probably because a whole lot of people are just standing talking after the game. But my goodness, we got down there last night, and it was just chock-a-block all the way back. So that's going to take the best part of 7-8 subways coming through on either side just to clear that queue. So I would imagine it would be easily a half an hour before they would get the queue anywhere near cleared. And then that would give them that wee bit, 20 minutes. Absolutely. Why didn't they do that, something like that for them coming up? Yeah. Or indeed, why didn't they use their noggin and say, what we want to do is put some buses on, special buses for the
correct, but that's what Hams do, support abroad and things.
Just run them straight up to George Square. To George Square to Ibrox and back again. You know, free bus, there you are. Takes them off the streets when they're travelling. I think it's just absolutely disgraceful.
Anyway, we're all safely home and we're all watered and fed, and we've all got our new Rangers radio badges, so let's get into the football.
Speaking of that, we've just been joined with Stevie, believe it or not. Good evening, Stevie.
Hello, how you doing, guys? All right?
All right, well, nice to meet you last night.
It was indeed.
It was good it was great meeting you all, putting the faces to the voices, so to speak. Good crack, and thanks very much, guys, for all your kindness, taking badges and that. I mean, I was trying to give the boys one the panel, but you weren't having it at all, and you all put your money in. And absolutely fantastic. It was good meeting everybody, so it was. I enjoyed it. Well, I was wondering how your faces were so red. You had to walk away back up to Buchanan Street here.
We did, mate, aye.
Morning, no guts night, this is.
A couple of their vodkas is all right. 40 ounce of Friday.
Aye, well, I'm nearly there, mate. Nearly there.
Anyway, we'll get by on the morning and move on to the actual football. What was your thoughts on the game last night, Stevie?
What can I say? Just one of the games, you know. I thought we dominated the game. First 20 minutes of the second half, I think they had it, and then we came back into it. I thought the chance at the end, Gresnam, we could maybe have sneaked it, but just one of the games, you know. And I mean, they broke a record and we're not happy. That just tells you leaps and bounds where we are, you know. So, just one of the games, guys. I'm no I might have been disappointed walking out there last night, but when you think about it, where we were, where we came from, we broke records now. You can't we, Mon? No. You know, we've done all right in Europe. Now, the European setup, we've done all right. You know, I don't think, what can we say, they were technically good. They were coming into the game. They're a Champions League side. We've got to remember that. The money they've spent and the people that back them, you know, they're leaps and bounds ahead of us. And I thought, you know, we could have possibly nicked it. But anyway, I think the beggars getting beat made one night. I know, you know. We don't bother with them, but when you hear they get beat, it puts a wee extra spine in your step, you know.
It was mere frustration, Stevie, probably yourself and Fox and Bridge and all that. And I know the Rangers fans sitting about me and that. I think the last night was mere frustration coming out of the game that we didn't actually take the 3 points. And I can't fault the team, you know. I mean, Kent, Jack and Worrell for me were heads and shoulders above everything else on the park. And the rest of our team were one of four behind them. You know, we performed well on the night. The first half, I thought we were awful unlucky. Some of our final balls were just no going for us. And the Gresda one at the end, you know, maybe if he'd have been on a park 10 minutes before that, he did come on and they might have been a bit more warm and they might have put the ball in the net, mate. But me, like yourself, I'm over the moon. We've always said this on here. You know, to be where we are in Europe, 11 games unbeaten in Europe, none of us would ever have thought that was going to happen. But they're new, Stevie, and it's great to see. And as I say, but onwards and upwards, the big game against the Shaggers on Sunday now, so let's look forward to that one and let's go forward with that. But
I thought we missed Arfield a wee bit last night, you know. I thought we missed, he could have maybe unlocked something, you know, and I thought we missed him last night, but as you said, the three that you said there were my pick, you know. The highlight of the night for me was I got a kiss of a big joke with Brickton in the middle of Kentucky Fried Chicken when the beggar sang, man, and it was brilliant. So there you go, aye. Aye. Don't believe it. Bridge, how are you, pal?
Magic, bud, magic. Aye, great.
Good, that's good. But anyway, guys, last night, on you go, Bridge.
I was just going to say to you, from what I saw last night, I thought we were extremely unlucky, to be honest. We had two really good chances at the very end there, one from Tavernier and the other from Gresda. And it were unfortunate. Both of them blazed over the bar. And that's probably made it signal that was the way we played most of the night. We were unlucky. I thought that some of our... there was times that we gave the ball away at the most inopportune times, or indeed from a defensive perspective, we actually mistimed the ball and the ball bounced over us. But overall, the whole game, I thought we were probably, I would suggest probably 60-40 for Rangers against them. I thought they were a tidy side, and because we were at Ibrox and the crowd were pushing our team on, I thought we did very, very well. We were unfortunate a number of times. The ball just goes with us. Alfredo, the ball just stops going too quickly for him, and again it's gone. So there was a few times there. I thought he got booked. I can't imagine why he got booked last night. And I thought the referee was an utter shambles last night. So you guys, some of the guys in here that saw on the telly, they could maybe tell us what they saw. But there was some of the fouls that we thought we should have been given, and all of a sudden the opposition do the same thing, or we do a similar tackle on them, and it's a foul straight away and possibly even a booking. That mystified me.
And the big number 25 and the number 47, can't see their names obviously, they were a couple of dirty characters, definitely. I watched the game the day again. I recorded and watched it today again. And, you know, with Fred getting booked like that, it was, you know, it's the defenders having a go at him, pushing and pulling that, and Fred's raised his horns to push him away. And it was the linesman behind the goal, whatever he's called, who decided that he would alert the referee that there was a bit of pushing and pulling, and unfortunately Fred get booked. None of his petulance, Bridge, for what I watched today again, because I'm at the other side of the stadium and you know, I'm near the Copeland end. So, but what I saw today, and I saw the replays and that, he put his horns up, but no his face, right? It used to push him away, and unfortunately he get booked for it. On that, I thought Fred had a great game last night without scoring. He ran his heart out for his last night. He was back playing defence when he needed to be, and I thought he had a great game tonight. Like the other Warriors we had on the park, but Fred's got to maybe learn that the defenders are going to have a wee nip at him all the time and get his petulance out his head. But no, he took the booking, skilled a wee bit, and got on with the game. So I'm pleased that he did that. It's unfortunate we've no goal for Sunday, but hey ho. But he had a good game as far as I saw.
I thought he was.
What did you think, Stevie?
I thought Morelos had a good game. I know I agree with JFK there, I thought he had a good game without scoring. It's a pity he's not there on Sunday against the sheep bite enough, but can I say one thing? 10 out of 10 to the Union Bears guys. What a card display again, eh?
Fabulous.
They boys must spend some amount of dough on these things, you know.
And so, time.
Absolutely,
and time,
10 out of 10. Aye, time, brilliant, time and effort. But listen, guys, again, I'm going to shoot the crawl like you can't listen back and listen onto the show. But thanks again for your generosity. Let us use the badge for young Robert Mulholland.
Stevie.
And anybody else looking for badges up at the car showroom, the top of Hampden store, and anybody's want a wee badge and in the home game, I'll be at the bistro, okay?
Stevie,
but thanks a lot. It was,
2 seconds. Sorry to jump in, Paul. Are you running a bus for the Hall on Sunday?
No.
No, you're
not.
No, right,
no. It's another boy that runs the bus, the Drummy from Chatwell Loyal. I'll leave in the tower, mate. If you're needing on it, geezer, get me on Facebook and I'll sort something out with you, no problem.
Right, okay.
Alright, buddy.
Right, okay, pal, thanks very much. I just thought I'd ask you.
I had to pick you up, but I'm taking Myra Hinley, you know, so Myra Hinley in the 2 ways, so anyway, troops, it was good to meet you all last night. Any more badges, you know where I'll be, and keep it going for the Rangers. Great show, guys. Thanks again. Over now. No surrender, boys, and let's get the sheep. Let's choke the sheep, man. Let's do them. Right, I'll see you later on. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Stevie. Cheers.
Right, Foxy, bye, guys. What did you think last night then, Fox?
I thought we were at, this is my own personal opinion, I thought we were at the limit. How well we could play, mate. They were a strong team. They changed their tactics a couple of times in the game to try and counter us, especially after the second half. I think they brought on a sub to close down Tav, being a threat going forward. Their middle three, although they worked hard, they created nothing. I thought our defence mopped up most of the stuff. The big striker, Louise, never got a chance in the whole game. But we were four. I think there was time after the second. We played reasonably well in the first half. Started the second half, I think, as I say, they changed their tactics, started really pressing us on the ball. And a lot of people were shouting last night that our passing was pretty off mark at the time, but it was the speed they were closing us down, and boys didn't want to get caught on the ball, so their passing wasn't that accurate for me. But really pleased. I know a lot of people look back in this game at the end of this campaign and maybe say that was 2 points we let slip. But I think we're doing well. We're doing well. We've played all the teams, and we haven't been beaten yet. You can't complain about that, can you?
Oh, no complaints at all. None at all. Very proud of them. Very, very proud of my club and my team. Look where we are. You know what I'm saying? You could say, look where we are, for God's sake. You know, but can we go back and just go through some of the players and you can give us your thoughts on it? I'd like to start by saying I thought Alan McGregor had one, maybe 2 saves to make, and he handled them well. And what a great save. Boy, had a good shot, and he got a good save, and he blocked it with his hands. Very, very pleased. The only danger or thing I think about Alan McGregor is that we end up, maybe it was the wind, maybe it wasn't, but some of his clearance shots are boots it, usually go towards a Rangers player, but there was a few last night actually didn't, and may get carried away with the wind. So I thought that he was, it wasn't a suspect, because that's not the word I'm looking for, just some of his distribution wasn't great last night, but he was not alone, because I thought that when I got along the defence, I think Tavernier was taking everything. The man was everywhere last night. He was doing everything. I think he had a smashing game, with the exception of some of his crosses, particularly dead ball ones. He's normally so good with them, but my goodness, sometimes you couldn't get it past the first man, and then he was compensating or overcompensating sometimes. But it seemed like that to me, and all of a sudden the ball's miles away from everyone. Now that just might have been the wind. The wind might have been buffeting it, and I'm maybe doing him a disservice. So if I am, I do apologise. But seriously, that was his only weakest point. I thought, my goodness gracious, the only thing I thought, my goodness, he could have done a wee bit better was when he had the shot within the last 5 minutes, he had a smashing shot, and it went over the bar. A smashing chance, should I say, but his shot went over the bar. So other than that, I thought Tavernier was good. I'll go to the big Golson. I thought Golson is standout centre half for me. He doesn't get ruffled unless he screws up the ball, which he did twice last night or 3 times, but managed to recover. So hands up for him. I thought he was excellent once again. His mate Worrell, arguably the best player in the park for Rangers, certainly the best defender. Was into everything and fearless. So I'm very pleased for him. I thought Flanagan. I thought Flanagan did well from a defensive perspective, but a distribution perspective, my God, can he not get a left leg? You know what I mean? If he only had a left leg, he'd be an absolute star for us, because he did everything right except that final ball. And a lot of the times it's because he was trying to pass the ball with his left peg, and he doesn't really have a left peg, or he's in the wrong position to pass with the left leg. Things like that. So that's
anyway,
that's
hold on the new bridge, right? That's you've had the summing up.
That's me finished with the defence and goalkeeper.
Yourself, Jimmy, what did you think of the defence last night?
Well, the team that was announced last night was a team that I said the night before to 100%. That was what the team I said they would pick. And without going through one by one, I know Bridge was going through, but I thought overall the whole team played well. You know, the defence for me did the job that they were there today, and that was to contain Moscow. I haven't got a fault. Flanagan, obviously, we know he's not got a left foot, but for me, he did a good game. Worrell, outstanding. Goldson, as usual. I thought Tav, Crowson wasn't all that great. But I thought Ryan Jack, for me, Ryan Jack was immense last night. And he played the role that I said he would play. Koulibaly played well. Jaria, his advanced position. And Ken and Candace ran their heart out up front with Morelos. All in all, folks, at the 11 it started, totally professional, played the game that we wanted them to play. Unfortunately, the first 15-20 minutes of the second half, we kind of fell out it a wee bit. As you rightly said there, they changed their shape to combat Tav and things like that. They brought on the guy Eremenko. By the way, it's not the same Eremenko that played for Kilmarnock. I just told that last night. Whether that's right or no, but it seems like it's not the same guy. But what was the guy you said there, Fox? He never got a sniff of the ball.
Zeloise.
He never got a sniff, mate. He was played right out of the game. And the boy Fernando, he never got a sniff of it either. So I thought without going overboard, I'm pleased. I know some people might come back in the next month or so and say that was 2 points dropped. I do think it was 2 points dropped, but I come away there last night just with frustration. No anger, no despondency. My team come away there last night playing against a Champions League team on paper, definitely, and they got a good result. Let's see what happens in the next 3 games. But I've still got Villarreal at a full house to play in 5-6 weeks' time. Let's see how that happens on that night. But can we get a result in Spartak? If we play it right, we can. We can come away with a draw, guys.
Oh, for me, for the defence, I thought Alan McGregor had quite a comfortable night, to be honest with you. I think the first shot they had was about 20 minutes to go when one of them got a shot away and they hit it straight at McGregor. There was another ball that flashed by the left-hand post. I remember that. I thought that was going in for where I was sitting, but luckily it went by the post. Again, I've said in the last couple of shows, Alan's distribution, he's a great goalkeeper, but his distribution of the ball needs to be worked on. Yeah. I don't know if that'll change at this stage in his career, but Tav, I thought he was good in the first half, subdued in the second half. Didn't have the usual accuracy with his balls into the box. In fact, it was quite pathetic all night for Tav. He was hardly clearing the first man with corner kicks. I'm sure there must be somebody else in that first 11, mate, that can deliver a ball into the box. But anyway, the centre-back pairing, 2 of them gave us a couple of scares in the game. One where Joe Worrell done a wee bit of fancy footwork on the left-hand side of the box. My bottle collapsed, I could just see him losing that, but he done well and got the ball away. Connor Goldson sometimes just hangs onto the ball too long looking for the pass when maybe he should just lump it up the park sometimes. But all in all, the 2 centre-halves were rock solid. And Flanagan is what he is to me, a solid full-back. Nothing fancy about him. A lot of people running about me were moaning about his passing, but I didn't think it was that bad in the first half. And I thought he done all right out of the piece for me, you know.
Definitely, I'll agree with your saying here, Fox. I mean, a lot of people were running about me as well were criticising Flanagan. I know we all know he's no go at the left peg. We all know that, but I thought if I was giving him a mark out of 10, I'd give him a 7. And I thought he had a great game. But the team we were playing against last night, there was a lot of people were thinking, and I was myself, this is probably the best team we've faced in a long, long time, in many years. And I think we coped with them comfortably. I mean, we did deserve to go in probably at least 1-0 up at half time. I would have to say that some of them were final ball. The one that exasperated me, didn't see how poor a ball was for Candace to have seen it the telly again. I mean, but what was Hajaria thinking about? Why not just have a lunge at the ball? You know what I mean? Have a lunge at the ball. I'm not. We can sit here and complain if we want to, but we're not going to do that because there wasn't a bad player on the park last night, and that was pleasing for me, folks. We can nitpick at some wee things and that. The one Tav. No, for me, McGregor's distribution has been falling away the last few games. I agree with you there. It's not been what it should be. And it's a wee bit of concern at times that somebody's kicking at the ball. He's sliding and he doesn't seem to be getting a good impetus on the ball. So that's something I think that they'll be working on coming up to future games coming into the winter. Seems to be a slippery surface, but no, let's enjoy it because. But what I read today, we enjoyed it, but others didn't. They wanted to dwell on that the Pedodome team were got a big injury list and that, and we weren't getting the plaudits that we should have got. But we were talking about last night, folks. That we knew that was going to happen. But hey ho, let's just enjoy what we had last night. Absolutely brilliant.
Apart from your absolute nuttery, is that a word bridge?
Nuttery.
That's a new one in me. Let's hear what the manager had to say in his after-match conference and see what he thought of the game.
You made plenty of chances, Stephen. Perhaps slicker finishing would have maybe got you the victory tonight.
Yeah, just that final little bit of magic or that last bit of quality. I think we've done enough to marginally win the game, maybe, but. I thought we played very well for 45 minutes. I thought we lost control for 10-15 minutes in the second half. We kept winning the ball back, and then instead of making 4 or 5 passes, we kept giving it back. We lost our shape and our way, but then we came strong into the game again for the final parts, and we always felt our fitness in the final stages might be the difference. And we said to them at half time, can we create that moment that gets us that breakthrough? And we created the moment, we just couldn't finish it off. Yes, I mean, the players are disappointed in there that they haven't took maximum points, and so that's a positive for me. It does show how far we've come. And we can't expect to win every single game. We can't expect to just blow teams away, especially teams of this calibre. They've made the change at this club because they're a big club and they expect, they have standards themselves where they expect to win and be consistent. And it's because they've got big players and players who cost an awful lot of money of maybe not being hitting it off. So, I said before the game we have huge respect for this team, and for us to come here and dominate most of the game, besides probably 20 minutes the start of the second half, is very pleasing for me as a manager. But we go away tad frustrated that we haven't took maximum points because we did want that control in the group before we went away.
Team Jenks should have had a penalty, and then particularly in the first half, your players had enough protection from the ref.
I'm not going to speak about the officials. I think there's a possibility it could have been given, especially at Ibrox. Sometimes you get them ones, sometimes you don't. There was certainly contact. Whether it was enough to be a penalty is probably up for debate. We've got no complaints. We're not going to point fingers at the officials. I think we've got to look at ourselves. We played well and we created good enough chances to maybe win this game 1-0. but we just never had that final part.
Stephen, how do you assess the overall group now and your chances of getting out of this?
Well, I'd have certainly signed up for being top of the group at this stage. I'd have signed up for that on the 15th of June, on day one. We've got 5 points alongside Villarreal. 3 games to go, so a lot of hard work, a lot of big challenges ahead. The job's become a little bit more difficult because we never got that breakthrough tonight. I understand that, but still loads of football to play and some really big games for the players to play in and for me to coach in. So I'm really excited, looking forward.
Steve, I know you said yesterday you're not looking for landmarks and milestones, but how proud are you? 11 games unbeaten.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the team in general, and obviously to find out yesterday that we were. If we avoided defeat, we do create a bit of history. That's always important. It's a bonus as far as I'm concerned. It's a nice thing for people to talk about. But our focus now shifts swiftly to Aberdeen at the weekend, which is a huge game. But the players certainly deserve praise. 11 beaten in Europe from where they were 12 months ago, losing against the team from Luxembourg. We've come on leaps and bounds.
Oh, well done, Foxy.
Well, that was a minute. Can you answer me what does matter with your press conferences?
In what way?
The amount of noise that comes through in our press conferences is unbelievable.
That kind of noise.
No, I'm being honest. I listen to other press conferences, the other managers, and there's no a sound. But see, during ours, how many times have they got to take a picture of one man sitting at a counter answering questions? And you never get to hear what the questions are because they're all a rabble. They want to sort that out because it really takes away from the interviews.
I think there's poor comm stuff in there, both microphone and hardware behind it. So it'd be nice if they get that upgraded and get some decent microphones that everyone, particularly people who are trying to listen to, if it's being recorded, then it should be recorded at top volume, and that's all there is to it. And everything that happens in there should be nullified. Any clicks and clicks and clicks and all that nonsense you mentioned, we should be able to muffle that out for sure. Can I just say, I thought that was a tremendous interview. I thought our manager, once again, is very polished, and I think he said everything that we felt, and you could hear the disappointment in his voice. And I dare say, because I thought it could be and probably would be 1, possibly 2 last night. I think I went for 2, and more hope than anything else. 1-0 would always do me in a European tie at home. I was delighted, nearly delighted at the end there. I thought, particularly Grez, I thought he'd managed to put that away, but obviously not. And the manager said that, and I have to take my hat off to him once again. Very polished, very, very polished, and so honest. It's not real, so honest. What did you think, Fox?
Well, I think he's always honest in his opinion of what happens on the park. He knows when some of the decisions he makes himself, he'll be quick to say that he's maybe done the wrong thing at the wrong time. He's quite honest about the opposition, and he's quite honest about the players and those that think that they did that do their job for him on the park. He's not like Brendan Rodgers, who just mumbles on and says things that the press just want to hear. I think Stevie G's honest.
And what about yourself, Jimmy?
Definitely. It's another great interview, but see what Fox was saying there. Graham says that to me. We were listening to, not that we were listening, it was on the Sky News, and you could hear everything that was spoke about the pedos gaffer. But when your presser seems to come through, it's as if they're talking through a tunnel or something. Like that. It's disgusting.
How did it go again? I got you still, Jimmy.
That's me sober. No, but Fox, you're right there. I mean, it's not the first time it's happened. You don't hear the questions, properly. And it's absolutely rubbish. But with Stevie G there talking, we can understand obviously everything he was saying and that he was right. And he he used the word disappointed that we didn't come away with the 3 points. Aye, I suppose we were disappointed. But for me, it was more frustration than anything. We should have been 1, probably 2 up at half time. But aye, he's come out the other day again, and he's last night and he's gave a good presser, and he knows where we want to be and where he wants to be. Because, though, without a doubt, with Warriors on the part there last night, who performed really, really well, and we never got the result we deserved. But hey, it's no, oh, woe is me. We got the result. 11 games unbeaten in Europe, can't whack it. So the gaffer's happy that way. You could hear in his voice, you could see in his demeanour after the game that he wasn't too happy. No happy, that's not the right word. That he was disappointed that we never took the 3 points. Was it a penalty? I would say it was a 70-30 in our favour. So then again, it should have been a penalty. Took his feet. But it's done now. We're not the club that always complains about it. We should have got a penalty. It didn't happen. So we just move on, mate, guys.
I have to admit, I thought that the Gresda one you're speaking about.
Aye.
At the end,
Aye.
I honestly didn't think it was a penalty, to be honest. And I'm at Copeland, as you know, and looking down on it, I didn't think he'd get taken. I thought the guy got the ball. I honestly thought the guy got the ball, and he went down. Obviously, it was a good chance. There was contact. There's no doubt about it. But whether, in fact, there was enough there, he seemed to be looking away from the goal. You know what I mean? He was heading away from the goal. He was running into it. That's what it looked like to me when he went down. And look, I was shouting for a penalty, but the truth is, when you think about it, you're like, wait a minute. No, I wouldn't say it was a stonewall penalty by any stretch of the imagination. So you're right, Jimmy. You just got to go on with it and go. I think the referee was very poor, particularly towards us. I think that I don't know whether we're paranoid with referees in general, but we certainly don't seem to be getting the correct decisions for us. You get some dreadful decisions against us,
I think early on,
I
think early on in the game, Bridge, I think we all sat there and we realised that the referee's not going to give us anything here tonight. He was a poor referee from start to finish, and both sides. Some of his decisions were very poor. He was too quick and wanted to stop the game for silly fouls. He'd letting the game run. His advantage was poor as well, trying to give advantage. So overall, he was never going to give that penalty. But to me, I thought it was a penalty. I thought that he'd stuck his knee into the back of Gresda's leg, but that was my view where I sit. But he didn't give it. So as I say, unlike the others, we get on with it, and unless it's a stonewall penalty, we don't moan about it. So we come away there with a 0-0. Happy.
I thought that Foxy, sorry, I do apologise, Foxy, you want to come in on then?
No, on you go, Paul.
I was just going to say, I thought that they were a very lucky team to stay, to keep 11 men on the park. I thought the tackle on Candias was nothing short of disgraceful. From where I sat, I thought it was a red card tackle. But there's other guys, hopefully some of the boys in the lobby were if they were at the game, they were sitting closer to it and maybe seen it better. Even the highlights that I've seen never showed it. Strangely enough, they never do. They never show you the ones that the Rangers could get any advantage from. I thought, honestly, God, that was a red card. And the guys running about me were dumbfounded. The guy got a yellow card right enough. So he thought it was a yellow card offence. I thought it was a red card, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think, Fox?
I never like to go there. If there's a penalty decision, it's easy to talk about it then, but do you think you're going to get a penalty when the referee doesn't make any decision at all? I don't know how you debate that, You
can't.
I think we think that the Scottish refs were bad, but
oh God,
that guy last night, he had a weird idea on how to run the game for me. I thought he was kind of heavy-handed with some of the fouls he let go, for them. But as soon as we went into a secondary tackle or a strong challenge, it was a foul right away. But all in all, the referee didn't change the game, mate. We just never created that one gift of a chance. We came near to it. We came near to it a couple of times, but to be fair, I don't think we had, apart from Gresda's last kick of the ball, a real clear chance apart from that, you know.
Well, can I just say, Foxy, there's certainly one. Tavernier got one just a couple of minutes before Gresda got his. A very similar position, if you follow what I mean, and blazed it over the bar. And then I thought the one where Morelos managed to smash the ball basically across the goal line nearly, you know, and big Koulibaly running in just couldn't stretch his legs out or never saw the ball to be able to do it. All it needed was a stretch, somebody slide in there, and they would have tipped that ball into the net. But that's all water under the bridge now, isn't it? Just some chances, that's all.
Going back to like Koulibaly, Jack and Ajaria, how did you think they fared in the midfield?
Well, do you mind if Jimmy, if I just take this up? I was going to say, I was ever so pleased to see Ryan Jack in. I thought he was absolutely superb last night. He made one mistake that I saw, and they managed to recover that, no problem. Other than that, I thought he was cool, calm and collected. Went in and won his balls, raided up the park there wherever he could, and I thought he had a superb game for us last night. That's my honest opinion. Koulibaly, I thought 50% of me thought he's still a brilliant player, but he sometimes couldn't prove it because the ball was running away from him a wee bit last night. But still, he made two great tackles, but one of them was an absolutely outstanding tackle in the second half. I thought it was excellent, and that just raised my thoughts of him to a new level. I thought he was excellent in patches last night, but much like everybody else, some of it was just in patches because that team played very well, and Koulibaly was getting a run around because he was trying to run and do this and do that. It was like getting doggies done to you, you know. So as far as I was concerned, I thought Koulibaly played not as good as he could, but then again, most of our midfield were chasing anyway. Did you say Kent there? Did you mention Kent?
No.
Who was the other boy?
Ajaria.
Ajaria, I do apologise. Ajaria, I thought, came onto the game late on in the first half, I thought, and in the second half he was absolutely brilliant. I thought he did a great second half. I really did. And he went for everything. The first half he was getting booted all over the place. Second half, they must have changed their shape because he ended up in that nice wee space where he could pick the ball up, and he went and started going hunting. And when he went hunting, he was getting to the ball. And I thought a very, very good game for him. So no problems with the midfield for me. No problems.
So Jimmy, Koulibaly. A good game last night.
He seemed to be in and out. The whole midfield played well. I mean, Jack was outstanding, Fox, but Koulibaly seemed to fit her in and out. No, but he performed the way that we know he can. You know, he's tackling a couple of times last night, immense. But I think the midfield, it was stuffy in midfield a couple of times last night. I'm bearing a couple of times, and it seemed to get sticky a bit. But we overcame that. And Ryan Jack there is a cracking holding midfielder. You know, Ajaria for me, I think sometimes he could do a wee bit more. He kind of flits in and out of game as well. But overall, they didn't trouble us in midfield. I thought we controlled the midfield. I wasn't too enamoured about what they had to offer in midfield against us. So I was happy. It seems I said about the back four. The back four performed really well, and the midfield did as well. They didn't. There's nothing really that they did that would cause me concern to say that there was a chance there that they could have caused us a goal or anything like that. No, I'm quite pleased. Koulibaly, we know, we've all said here before, if Koulibaly plays, Rangers play. Well, again, if we're going to get the mark shoot a 10, I'd give him a 7 as well. I thought he performed well, mate. And Ajaria, I thought he performed. But if you're going to say mark shoot a 10, Ryan Jack's a 9 for me last night. Absolutely immense, he was.
Yeah. If you're to drop one for the game coming up on Sunday, who would it be?
Out of the midfield?
If our field's fit. Our field's probably our most creative player. And I think he's going to come in on Sunday, myself personally.
Yeah, you think so, aye?
Aye, I do. And if I had the choice, mate, it'd be Koulibaly I would take out.
Well, good. No, that's what it's all about, folks, all about my opinions. And that's great. Well, Maybe so, you know. I'm a fan of Arfield's, definitely, you know. I like to see about playing a winning team or a successful team, and we were successful last night. We never get beat. Going forward, obviously we'll talk later on about who we're going to play up front with Fred being out. Maybe put Arfield in there. You could probably be right in that position. So you'd have Koulibaly, you'd have a Jarry, a Jack, and Arfield, obviously. Is that what you're looking to? Aye. Is that what you would put, folks? Aye. A Jarry, a Jack, and Scott Arfield.
I would indeed, mate.
Okay,
I think Arfield, both Arfield and Ajaria offer that wee bit going forward that I don't think Koulibaly does, mate.
Yeah.
That's only my point of view. A lot of people will disagree with that, right enough.
It's a good shout, mate. That's a good shout.
Can I just say on that if Ryan Jack should play, right, this is my opinion. Ryan Jack should play, in my opinion. However, it is against Aberdeen. In the last twice we played against Aberdeen, he's been A, injured, and B, sent off. So, a number of times sent off. So as far as I'm concerned, if there was anybody that you would, shall we say, take out the firing line, you could look at it two ways. You could take him out the firing line and bring in Arfield, no problem. Excuse me. But you're maybe saying to you, I'm not dead sure how I would look at it in that sense. In the other sense, I think, wait a minute, he could be our key man against Aberdeen because he loves playing against Aberdeen, his ex-team and so on and so forth. So you've got that. But my heart says, really, maybe we should let the lad get away from it. It's a huge game. Get him on the bench and let him come into a game. And let Arfield go in and start it.
But he's a professional player and he plays for...
Oh, yes, no. I'm not talking about him. When I talk about this, I'm talking about for Rangers now. For the team.
But right? So... The boy must be buzzing after last night, you know, because he was outstanding last night. He was our man of the match as far as I'm concerned. I think everybody else. I mean, I'd agree with probably taking Koulibaly and putting Arfield, but I wouldn't play. If I was going at a push, if I was having to swap somebody for Arfield, then it would be Koulibaly. I'd agree with that with folks, you know. Although I still say that I'd like to see that same three go forward, but I can see where Fox is coming from, but I certainly wouldn't like to see Ryan Jack drop for the reasons you're saying. I mean, he's going to come up against... So, I mean, we can't say every time he plays against Aberdeen we need to drop him. I mean, he played out his skin last night, and the boy must be buzzing, as I said. You need to put him in against him on Sunday.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. There's two ways of looking at it, right? You could put him on the bench, and obviously bring him on, because he's still not 100% fit yet. That's why they took him off last night. So we have to realise that. But I just think, the back of my mind, I'm thinking, is it worthwhile putting the boy on to the start on this game, because they'll target him. They will target him, 100% sure. They hate him, everything about him. You saw that banner they put out, Red or Dead, all that nonsense. So it might be worthwhile as a team, from the manager's perspective. He might say, now, maybe just hold him back, and we'll put Arfield alongside in there and let Koulibaly do his work, and we'll swap Koulibaly and Jack on over at half time, something like that, you know. But overall, I would agree that it's out of the three from a midfield perspective last night, then Koulibaly would be the one you would easily swap over with Arfield. I would agree with that.
Anyway. We've covered most of the game last night. We'll be moving on to the Aberdeen thing, mate, so I'll have a wee look for the manager's press conference, and we'll look forward to the Aberdeen game as we come up to the break here. I'll see if I can find it. It's kind of hard.
You mean you don't have it at your hands, Fox? You don't have it.
Oh, yeah, of course I will.
I'm only kidding.
Anyway, here we go. Here we go.
Stephen, how's the squad looking after last night? Any walking wounded or?
No, there's a few stiff legs and tired boys in there, but that was to be expected. But in terms of injuries, we've come through pretty well from last night.
On reflection, I know you looked at it and said that it could be a point gained going forward. Do you feel actually the experience of the result last night and the way in which the game went, that will stand you in good stead for Sunday?
I hope so. Time will tell whether it's a big point come the end of the group when it gets to the business end, but I think we're sitting in a nice place. Of course we would have liked to be sitting there with 7 points, but we did everything we could to try and do that. It wasn't to be. We couldn't get that final touch or that big moment to get the big win, but in terms of the performance, we're looking for that quality on Sunday. And we believe if we can hit them heights or the heights that we have been performing at over the last 3-4 weeks, if you take the international break out, we're hoping that'll be enough to get us to a final.
How much are you looking forward to managing at Hampden? I don't think you ever played there, did you?
No, it's no different for me. You know, I'll go and do what I do at any other stadium, and that's go there with a game plan for the players to try and win. I appreciate it's a huge game. It's a semi-final. I used to love playing them as a player. I'm really excited and looking forward to the challenge of the weekend. It's Aberdeen, a big rival of ours. I'm not sure whether they've done a press day, but you know, they've obviously been speaking about the semi-final for a few days now, so they're excited, we're excited. I think it's got all the makings to be a fantastic game.
This is Aberdeen's 7th semi-final in the last 4 years, I think, under Derek McInnes. A lot of your players haven't played at Hampden. James has, obviously, but a lot of them haven't had that experience at Hampden. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage, do you think?
I'll answer that question for you at the final whistle. I'm sure you'll be there, won't you?
I'm actually at the other game, but sorry. In terms of the actual in terms of the actual game itself, as you say, it's a big game. Is it the biggest game you faced so far this season in terms of the context of the season?
I think we've faced many big games already. Spartak on Thursday night, full house at Ibrox was big. We filled our stadium for every game we've played in. They've all been big. They all feel as big as each other, of course, because there's a final at stake. This comes with a bit of an edge. You know, when you sign up for Rangers, whether you're a coach or a player, you sign up to try and add to that wonderful history and tradition that comes with the club, and the responsibility lies on us this time round, myself, James and the players. We accept that and we go there and give it our best. We wanna play in a final, and we want our fans to go to a final, but we've got a tough game ahead of us. We've got respect for the opposition and the manager we're coming up against. Yes, they've got experience, but we've got good players, and we've got hungry players and players that want to play in a final.
Still some frustration about the way the game at Pittodrie panned out?
No, we've moved on a long time ago from that game. I think the players were tremendous on that day. With 10 men and in the circumstances, I thought we put in a really strong performance. Very unlucky not to see the game out, but the players handled themselves very, very well on the day. So yeah, I'll be looking for similar performances from individuals.
You said after that game that you felt your team was a class above Aberdeen.
On the day.
Yeah. Do you think
on the day.
You've improved since then?
Yes.
Is it, how can you quantify how much you've improved? What the areas you think you have improved since then?
Well, we know each other more. You know, we've been together for, I don't know what it is, 3.5, 4 months now. We've played more games together. We've got more experience. The players know the formation, the way we want it to look. They know what they have to do to go and win the game. But you know, big picture, going back to your question, Aberdeen finished above us in the league last year, so you know, we showed them respect like we did at Pittodrie on the day. But I actually thought we were excellent on the day, and we deserved to win the game, especially having 10 men for 90% of the game, and to lose arguably your best player, your most prolific player. You know, the players on the day were asked a big question by a strong team in a tricky environment, and I was really impressed with my team on the day, and I thought we were better on the day. I stand by that.
Alfredo misses out obviously this weekend. Do you feel you've got enough firepower in the rest of your ranks to cope?
We'll see. We'll see. That's the question I'm asking the players and the squad. Have we? And that is the big question. That's what you want to know. That's what I want to know. The stage is set for us to go and answer that question. It's very difficult to predict, but we'll have a game plan and we'll have enough quality on the pitch to win the game if we max out and hit the heights that we're capable of.
Do you feel you have to change your game plan much, if at all, because Alfredo and Kyle are both unavailable for this?
I'm not going to give you anything to that question. Wait and see. Kick-offs are fought pretty soon. You won't have to wait too long. You'll see my game plan. You'll see what we're trying to do, and we'll see if it works.
Are these occasions, like semi-finals at Hampden, are they the type of games that made you want to get into management?
Yeah, for sure. That's the reason why I signed up to be the Rangers manager with the year, to hopefully have the opportunity to go and play in big stadiums and play in big games and have the opportunity to make the supporters happy. All the signings I've brought in all spoke about moments and occasions like this one that presents themselves at the weekend. I know James and a few of the players that have been here have experienced it before. And I've also heard James say before that he'd like to, get a trophy above his head. So to do that, we've got one more hurdle in our way to get to the chance to do it in a final.
We saw what it meant to the players when they beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup semi-final a couple of seasons ago. Can you use that as inspiration, the elation you got from that to take into this game?
Possibly. We won't be going that far back, to be honest with you. We'll be looking forward. It's a completely different game. This is Aberdeen. We've played against them in the beginning of the season. We know what they're about. They're a good team. I don't think us playing Celtic many years ago will have any kind of effect on the outcome of this game.
In terms of the goalkeeping situation, can we expect to see Westford Ring keep his place?
I haven't made a decision on the goalkeeping one just yet. I haven't picked my team yet.
James, in terms of your Hampden experience, you've had some good ones and you've had some bad ones as well. Do they matter at all going into this?
Well, it's a total different team going into this game. There's a lot of new signings in the team. Obviously, I'm not experienced in these games, and hopefully, I can deliver that obviously to the lads and let them know what the atmosphere will be like. But the lads are well experienced already, and the top professionals, and I'm sure they'll be able to deal with the occasion on the day.
Yeah, and I guess running on from what the manager was saying, the absence of Alfredo and Kyle, presumably you as players, you feel you've got the flexibility there to cope with that.
Yeah, we've got a great squad, and that's what the gaffer's done in the summer. He's brought in top professionals in the team, and the attacking threat that we've got. They can play in different positions. So it's obviously a loss to lose Alfredo, and obviously Laugh's cup tied, but I think we've got more than enough to give Aberdeen's defence a hard time.
With your penalty record, do you not be fearing if it goes all the way to shootout?
Hopefully it doesn't get to that stage, and hopefully we can win the game in 90 minutes. But if it does get to that stage, then I'll always be confident and try and take the first penalty.
Just looking back to last night, Stephen was talking about last night, the disappointment of not beating a team like Sparta at Moscow, and how that shows how far the club's come. When you think from when you joined, can you just sum up the sort of journey that you've got to get that point to an atmosphere, an experience like last night, and being disappointed that you haven't come out with a victory at the end of it?
Yeah, I think as soon as the final whistle, I think you could see in the lads' faces, and including mine, that it was disappointing that we didn't get the 3 points. And I think that's the levels that we've shown this season, how far we have come, and to be disappointed against a team like Spartak Moscow, and it only shows good signs that how far we've come. So that's gone now, and we're fully looking and prepared for this big game on Sunday.
Is a trophy still the ultimate aim for you to notch up here your time here? And I suppose that's why you signed.
Yeah, that's the gaffer's touched on it. That's why he came here, and that's why I came here. I want to lift trophies while I'm here, and as being captain, I'd love to definitely lift the trophy this season.
That would be a special honour to be the first Rangers captain since obviously the club's the troubles that it went through to be able to lift a trophy, and that's it.
Yeah, I think the fans deserve a trophy, and the club deserve a trophy, and it's down to us players to deliver that. And it's a whole team game. It's just not just myself, and it's not just the 11 that's picked. It's the subs and the squad players. So we've all got to put a shift on the training field and on the game days that come, and we've got to deliver.
Just running through the team news, Scott Arfield, one of ours.
Scott trained this morning with he come through fine, so he's available for training tomorrow, which will be the game day -1 session. Assuming he's got no issues, he'll be available for selection.
Warner,
he won't be available.
And Jamie Murphy, Graham Dorn, so is there any update on?
Yes, Jamie, along with the medical staff and a surgeon, have decided the best way for him is to have surgery on his knee, so he'll be missing for definitely a few months. Graham Dorns. Did I say Jamie? It's your fault. From
a guy so young to Glasgow City they come, seeking fortune and a new way of life. How could they know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, and here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your heart and voice, celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on, The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
Welcome back there. We had the press conference followed by a nice wee tune there. What happened to you singing in the middle of it, Bridgeman? That kind of upset me there. Anyway, people's heard the press conference. If you want to join us or you've got a view on last night's game, the number is 0141 356 1972, or you can join us at rangersradio.online. Switch your camera off, by the way. Thank you, Bridgeman. Don't like you staring at me like that. People wouldn't know that right enough. The camera's on, Bridge.
Where the hell is it?
There'll be a wee thing that's in the top of your laptop, up there. Anyway, what did you think of that press conference, Bridge?
I'm struggling here, boys.
Oh, we'll just have to look at... That's you fixed it now.
God, how did that happen? I've got no idea. Can you hear me?
Aye, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that, boys. I really do. Technically gifted, right enough, eh? Very poor, very poor. No, I liked that. I liked the manager's press conference. I liked the way he batted the poor questions away, and he showed that guy up for what he is. You know, he's asking questions regarding the Rangers game and what's going to be happening, and he's not even going to be there. And that's just really poor professionalism for me. Really poor. If you come to the press conference, you're not going to be involved in the game or anything like that. Don't be there. Just don't do it, you know. Just take part, get your news, whatever you need. You don't need to ask questions, leading questions as well. So well done once again to our manager. Well done.
Yourself, Jimmy?
As usual, it was a great presser by the gaffer, but I could be abridged that. I think, I mean, some of the loaded questions, how are you going to do this? Do you think you've done this? And can you explain how much you've progressed in that? And it's the way they ask Stevie G the questions. Jeez, oh man, can you see how much we've progressed? Can hear the tone of that guy there. I mean, he wanted to say since Rangers went down, but he was saying about since Rangers had their troubles. Stevie Gerrard deals with everything great, folks. We've seen that in the past, and his professionalism in answering the questions, and they don't like that. They want to see him stutter, but it's not going to happen. Yep. Pleased once again to listen to the gaffer. No pleased to see Bridges' face here on. There it is again. No, it's no. No, kidding aside. It was a great presser, folks, as usual. He fills us full of confidence, and he's looking forward to Sunday the same as us. And he answered the questions the way we all expected him to, with aplomb and dignity.
I think the most important thing that came out of it was obviously who was fit and who was injured. Looks like Arfield will be fit and available to play. Parisic's been missing a wee bit of one that I was looking forward to him actually playing on Sunday, you know. There's also the choice, does Wes Fotheringham stay in goal, mate? He's been in goal for most of the League Cup. Do we bring back Alan McGregor for this game and put Wes back on the bench? What would be your choice there?
Well, we're all here in the quarter-finals getting Wes plaudits, and I was one of them. He never let us down. I'm not a fan of it, Fox. I know it's a thing they do down south and that for their competitions up here, and Rangers seem to do it in the last few seasons. Me personally, I'm like yourself, and the fact is that play your strongest team. I don't see the sense. He's a reserve goalkeeper. He's got to get the chance but for me, it's too big a game for Wes Fotheringham. I think it's like coming in for the cold. I would be quite annoyed if he played Wes Fotheringham and didn't play McGregor. To be honest, I think he's got to play McGregor. And I hope when saying I've picked my goalkeeper, that's him. He's holding the cards close to his chest, and I would like to think on Sunday that he names McGregor in goal, Fox. I hope he doesn't go away for him.
Can I come in on that, Fox? Can I come in on that, Foxy?
I think Fox should drop to it on you go, Bridge.
Okay, but I'll go for it, no problem. Just say I agree with you. I think that obviously this is one of these games where you need your strongest 11, 100%. And if I was him, if he thinks that the team that played the other night is his strongest 11 available at that time, then he should go ahead and play the 11 people that started the other night. If that's there's going to be a difference in a couple of days. The only person I could think it would make any difference, because he's a different type of player, is Arfield. And if Arfield's fit and he thinks, well, let's play him, then go for it. But seriously, for me, it would be, as long as he's got trust, I would not change any of those players if there's no any fitter and better than the ones that are there. So if that's his strongest team in his mind, and he was happy with their performance the other night, then he should play them, 100%. We're joined by a caller.
Good evening, Tracy. How are we doing?
Good evening. How are these guys? All right. Listen, thanks for a wee shout out last night. Usual Tracy. Friday night, had a few wines. But anyway, listen, I'm just phoned about last night. Thanks very much for my shout out. I've been a bit poorly, do you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm fine. Shame. No, I'm fine actually, because I'm poorly all the time. I get more good days. I get more bad days and good days. But anyway, I still go and follow the Rangers. But regards to last night, I thought they actually played well. Do you know what I mean? I thought we just couldn't cut it in the goal. Do you know what I mean? That was it. We should have won. To me, it should have been about 2-0. But we played against a Champions League team, do you know what I mean? And if you think back about a few years ago, where we were, you know what I mean? We would never have done it.
Aye. I thought it was a fair result for us, mate. Nothing each wasn't what we were expecting, but against that class of opposition, a point's a point in Europe, and it could easily have been 1-0 for Rangers, or it could have, at worst possible outcome could have been 1-0 for them, you know. But,
I think they should have, at the end of the, I think, sorry for getting in here, but I think they should have maybe took, would you call it, Candace off and put Lafferty on for the sort of last 20 minutes, do you know what I mean? Or, but even with Middleton, do you know what I mean? Because he's hungry and he's trying to impress. He's only a young boy. I know his contract was renewed today and all that, do you know what I mean? But I think we might have actually done it a wee bit because he's eager. He's an eager beaver, do you know what I mean? He's what impressed his manager. I mean, I just think at the end of the day, Stevie G is an absolute godsend to us. You know, I didn't think at first, no for me, but see, at the end of the day, absolutely brilliant. And when you were saying about his, when he did his press conferences, there's no stutter or nothing. And, you know, they all try to catch him out and they say, what about, like, the next game you've got? You know, when he's talking about Spartak Moscow the other day, and all that, what about the semi-finals? He didn't, he's like, no, my priority is Spartak Moscow. Do you know what I mean? He sticks to the same thing all the time. He doesn't talk about the next game. It's always the game. He doesn't talk about the game after the next game. He always talks about the game that it's coming up. Do you know what I mean?
Well said. Is it true it's your birthday today? Somebody's PMing me.
No, tomorrow actually. I'm 48 tomorrow.
We're not on.
My husband gave a wee pre-birthday present tonight. Sorry, it was a makeup bag and something else and some perfume. Wasn't anything else, do you know what I mean?
Anyway, just in case, we'll play that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And a big happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tracy.
Aye, for the morning, 48. I'm going with my family, so I'm looking forward to it. Then going to a Halloween party.
Oh, that sounds a good night. Where are you going dressed as?
I think it's going to be an Oompa Loompa, because the lassie done my spray can the night, and she said she wanted to go a bit darker, but I went, aye, alright. I said, because the last time I was a bit light, but I'm a bit orange, so...
Right, someday in that lobby get a picture of an Oompa Loompa, because I don't know what it looks like.
Hey, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
anyway, see, you're talking about Arfield. I think Arfield a great player, by the way. I think we miss him when he's not playing.
True. Well, just before you come on there, we were disputing about who do you think should be in goal. Would you just shove West Fotheringham out?
No, I go for McGregor all the time. I totally. But alright, he's old, right? He's older right now, but I think he's actually a better quality keeper now. Do you know what I mean? It was when it was with us before. I just think he's superb. I can't see by McGregor. Do you know what I mean? I really can't. For me at the moment, is young Kent. I think he's just, to me, he was a man of the match last night. Ajari, I thought it was great. Although, don't get me wrong, he was in there all the time. Don't get me wrong, he missed a few. But to me, Flanagan, I don't think he was playing the way he usually plays. Worrell was in form, but Kent, to me, was in fire. Morelos, he was good, but I just don't think there was anybody there to receive anything that he was playing into the box. Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't happening. That's my opinion. You know what I mean?
Aye, I agree with you. Morelos was kind of isolated for long parts of that game.
He was lost for a while, wasn't he?
Aye. We couldn't get any decent service to him at all, I didn't think.
But do you know what, guys? I'm coming to the bistro on Wednesday, and do you know where I'm going in Wednesday afternoon? I'm going to the old-fashioned sweetie shop, so when I'm on Tuesday night, I'll ask you what you want your sweetie, what sweeties you want, and I'll bring them to the bistro on Wednesday when I'm going to the holidays.
That's very nice of you. Anyway, I think we've been joined by Little Blue. I don't know if she's going to speak or is she just in the background. She's just in the background, I think.
But listen, guys, I'm going to go because, you know what, I'm having a sort of date night with my husband, and I've let him listen to Rangers Online tonight, and I've sort of talked him into going to a few games, and I says, look, if I get you a ticket, we go. I'm not sitting myself, he says. I says, look, you'll be alright, you know what I mean, you're among the bears, you know. But,
well, before you go, Tracy, it's cola cubes for me.
I know it's cola cubes, and then there's pineapple cubes, isn't there? But see Clickman's up at the bars, I don't like going up there because they play funny music, do you know what I mean? But it's definitely the old-fashioned sweeties. Everything up there. Wee tobacco, you know the wee tobacco you're chewing all that? No real tobacco, but you know what I mean? So, seeing Tuesday night when I'm in the lobby, he's your request, and I'll go and get you some. On me, by the way, on me.
That's very nice of you. Yep. I look forward to Wednesday.
You know what I mean? I just love the Rangers online, maybe. I think he's a cracking. I said to my dad, I'm going to Bistro Wednesday, by the way, so I'm going early, right? So, we'll see you.
Aye, well, we'll look forward to that. Tracy, thanks very much for phoning in. And enjoy your birthday tomorrow and enjoy your Halloween party
after. I'll be drunk as usual. Do you know what I mean? Family time tomorrow, do you know what I mean? Family time. But put your request in Tuesday night on the lobby and I'll get your sweeties, alright?
Will do, Tracy. Thanks very much.
Take care, Tracy.
Right, love you all. Bye.
I'm going to be different. Yeah, I think Wes should keep the job of playing in goal tomorrow.
Do you, mate? Aye. Well,
aye. I'll tell you why, mate.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday, aye. I'll tell you why. Goalkeepers need to get their chance as well, mate. And I don't like it when somebody plays in every game and then you drop them for the semi-final or final. Alan McGregor's a better goalkeeper, but Wes is no slouch either. And I don't think he would do much harm, mate, to play him tomorrow. His distribution's better than McGregor, and I think you've got to keep giving your reserves a bit of incentive, and I think that Wedge is good enough to play against Aberdeen for me.
Certainly, I have to say that when he played, last time he played very well for us. He never made any bloopers or anything like that, so I thought he played very well for us. No problems. So yeah, he's got a good choice. I don't know whether there's a contract. I don't know whether he's got a contract with Les, or rather it's written into his contract that he's going to play in the cup games, or whether it's just a sort of a verbal, a bit of a verbal thing. I don't know. But if it was me, and much as I do like Wes, I'm not too bad about him in that sense. But I think such an important game. He has to play what he thinks is the best, and that's all there is to it, in my opinion. He might think Wes is the best choice for Sunday, I don't know. But I don't think we should go with one goalkeeper for the cup games and another goalkeeper for the league games. To me, he played the best goalkeeper, and as long as he's fit, that is.
I don't think it's anything to do with contracts now, but I mean, just my preference at the moment would be Alan McGregor. As I said before, Wes played well in the quarter-final, and I was one of the first to give him the plaudits and that. But I just think we've got a bit of momentum going here. We're going into big games. And Wes will know let us down. I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper. I just think I'm looking at continuity, and I agree with your saying there, folks. I don't think he'll let us down if he's picked on Sunday. Just I'm thinking when we're on a bit of a roll here, and just let's keep it going. But if a gaffer picks Wes, then it obviously gets all our support. But I'm hoping he picks McGregor. But if he doesn't, well, we'll be shouting his name on Sunday anyway. So that's up to the gaffer to pick whatever he thinks is necessary.
Right, the other thing is we spoke about earlier is the midfield. Arfield being available. I think, as I said already, I think he'll come into the midfield. And I think our strongest three is Jack as a defensive midfielder, and Arfield and Ajaria to provide a bit of spark going forward. We're missing our two main strikers up front, so it'll be a makeshift person that's up front playing the striker. For me, I would go for young Middleton. He's got pace, he's got ability to turn in the ball, he's good in the ground, and he can score goals. I would rather see a fit Middleton than a half-fit Grezda for me. I don't know what you think.
I wouldn't play Grezda up front. For what I saw last night, I still think he lacks match fitness. I would go along with what you're saying. I probably Middleton, but I was listening to a lot. It hurts, Kenny Miller's had his time at Rangers, but I was listening to him today. We're watching the game today again for last night, and he called it a false nine. That Kent could probably maybe play as a false nine. He thinks he's good enough, fast enough in that position. He might go along that road, but you've got my vote there, Fox. I'd like to see him play Middleton. If he does play Arfield, it's the same team for me as last night, with young Middleton taking the place of Fred. We obviously, either it's Koulibaly or Arfield in the midfield as a straight replacement. I mean, maybe see Wes in goal. We don't know, but I would rather see Middleton get his chance up front. Fox, definitely, pal.
What about yourself, Brad?
Well, obviously, I want the same, as close to the same team as it was last night. I don't know if we've got any. Excuse me. I don't know if if he would even think about playing Sadiq. I honestly don't know. We won't know that until obviously near the time of the game. But really and truly, he is the only, as far as we know, he's the only one that could play up front and play that role, the sort of solo role, and which makes me think that maybe if he's not going to play him, maybe he would put a diamond in the midfield and put Arfield in front of at the top of the diamond, and you would have Candace on the right and Kent on the left, feeding in there, and for him to run onto, Arfield that is, because he does quite well running onto. He scored a few goals running into the box, so that's the only bit. We will definitely miss a player like Morelos. He's such a good player. He brings not everybody. He brings people into the game. He has some nice passes. He's a pest to all the central defenders he plays against. In fact, anyone he plays against is a pest. So, but I would suggest that might be a solution. Playing a diamond in there. It gives you the four midfielders, but in fact, he's a sort of a dummy nine. Yeah, he's really lower than, he's never up front. So we'd never be able to pressurise the two central defenders other than through balls coming down the wide spaces, or the guys cutting in and pushing balls in for Arfield. That's the way I see it anyway.
No chance Arfield will play up front, mate.
I'm saying that, I'm not saying up front. Sorry. He could, in fact, put him in there at number 9, for all I know. I was just meaning that he's such a good fetch and carry guy at times, that he could pick the ball up himself and bring the two midfield boys in, and then can run forward. Because he's really good running into the box, Foxy. Really, really good. Scored a number of goals, set things up when he's in there as well. So I really like the guy. But how we'll play without Morelos is it's really taxing my brain, and that's the only solution I would have. You could, in fact, as you say, they could put Arfield up there and let him play the number 9, but he would get battered. The guys would batter him. That I could see anyway. So I would like him to play without a known striker, or he could start up there and move back. I'd look for that wee outside, away from them, let them do what they need to do. He's not going to beat them for height, jumping and so on and so forth. He's just not going to beat that. They're too big and strong. So we're needing the wide men to win the balls, get the balls across, come inside, do what they need to do, and push the lovely wee balls through to someone like him. That's the only way I could see it.
Any surprises you see come Sunday, Jimmy? Do you think Warrow will play? Do you think Katic will come back into the side? We lost Jimmy? I don't know.
He's still there, he's on mute.
What about you, Brad? Do you see any other changes for the Rangers apart from the problem position up front?
Honestly, no. I just don't. I think the guys played very well the other night, considering the opposition they were on, and don't forget the weather as well. It was a kind of wild night, and I thought our players handled themselves very well. I was, shall we say, I was disappointed that we didn't manage to get a goal. I thought we deserved a goal, but deserving and putting it in is two different things. I thought we played really good going forward, and if we can continue that against Aberdeen, we'll do well. But we're obviously the biggest problem area is going to be a striker, and is it going to be Sadiq? Because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking he's going to play Sadiq, because he's never said anything about it. Sadiq hasn't been mentioned, as a sort of replacement for him. But it wouldn't surprise me if he stuck him in there.
It would surprise me, because he's not really showed before me.
I know,
totally surprised me.
I don't think it'll happen, but nothing would surprise me. I don't know any other person that could play up there in our team. So you're going to be running very short. I don't think we should run with a forward, a number 9 at all, to be honest. I think we should play with the guy behind, let him play behind, because I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Somebody mentioned Grezda the other night there. Thought he might do it. He might do, because he's actually quite tall. He's roughly 6 feet, so so he could do a job for us in that sense. I just don't know. I
don't think Grezda's the answer though, Bridge.
Oh God, no.
No, and I'd be better playing than Sadiq, and all kidding aside, I'm not being disparaging against Sadiq now, but he's not done anything that can convince me or anybody else that he's going to be the player that we thought he was going to when he came to Rangers. But no, for me, I would rather go with a young Middleton up front and give him a blast at it and see what happens. If no, we'll go with that false 9 that Kenny Miller was talking about. But for me, Sadiq's, I think, come January, Sadiq will be returned to Roma again, and we'll not see him again. But no for me. Grezda is going to be a player for Rangers, but no Sunday. Maybe he's a subbing Sunday, but certainly no starting as a number 9 up front. We'll probably not have a number 9 as you say, but no, I would go with Middleton. I'd give young boy Middleton, let him run at him and see what he can produce with Kent and Candace on the wings. But for me it's got to be Middleton, no Grezda, definitely.
I thought young Middleton came on the other night there, and the very first 3 times the ball came near him, he actually miscontrolled it. So I'm not saying that it's poor then, lads. There's no great comments about that, but to just throw him into the number 9 slot would be very difficult as well. I'd be the same for everyone, may I say. The same for everyone.
I don't think he'd be throwing him in. I think there's probably been something, as I said last week, and I know Foxy's touched this before, we can't jump air games and that and think but I still think that the gaffer was thinking along the lines of the Aberdeen game in the future. And I would think that he's probably done something with young Middleton to say, look, that if, there's a possibility I'm going to be playing you, or I'm going to be playing you as our number 9 against Aberdeen. So he'll be working in that behind the scenes that obviously that we're no privy to. But I'd be quite happy, same as Fox, I'd be happy for Middleton to be up front. I don't have any fear of him getting up there and running against the sheepshaggers on Sunday. I have no fear of that at all.
What about our opposition, mate? Where do you think the threat, if there is any, will come from them? You've got Mackay Stevens, who is a decent wee player on his day, but a couple of strong tackles, you can put him out of the game kind of early.
Aye.
You've got Shinnie in the midfield, who works.
Dirty big rat.
Aye. Dominic Ball will probably be in there beside him.
Considine.
The midfield's very important. Do you think we should go 4-5-1?
Aye. I would go 4-5-1. Aye. I would possibly think that's a better way to play against Aberdeen. But the way they play, see, I watched their game last week, and I'm thinking, see, like Considine, Gary Mackay-Steven, and the guy who said Shinnie. They've got McLean playing for it. Is it McLean? Steve McLean?
No, he's away.
No, Steve McLean. It's no I'm thinking about. I can't remember his name.
No, they've got a young boy, Cosgrove, that usually plays up front for him.
Stevie May I was thinking about. Alright, they've got him as well. Oh, so you need to counteract them. But I would maybe possibly go with a 4-5-1 as well.
So who would be your one? Middleton?
Aye.
Okay.
I would go with Middleton. I can't see anybody else playing up there on his own apart from Middleton. I don't see anybody that else will go in the pool that could actually do that. Or Sadiq, but we know that's not going to happen. So who else could you play? Or does he not go?
That's what we're speaking about. It's very difficult to find anyone, isn't it, in your mind. I would say that I wouldn't go 4-5-1. But as Foxy was asking what we thought would be how do we counteract them. I think Aberdeen are going to flood the midfield.
Well, would you take Kent out of his position and put him up front and put Middleton in where Kent is?
No, I wouldn't put anyone.
No, I see with that either. See
I wouldn't put anyone through the middle at all. I think they've got really, really big bruisers in their defence and centre halves. I would let them just do what they need to do. They won't have Morelos to worry them. They'll be able to control the ball as much as they want, and then they'll fall on their sword. As far as I'm concerned, if we play the best we can, we should be able to pick up in the midfield. We need to get extra midfielder in rather than try to manufacture a centre forward. So that's why I say Middleton. Look, I've got nothing against Middleton or Gresna. If the manager wants to play them, they're 100%. I'm behind them 100%. But I think strength of character and the ability in the midfield to drive forward from the midfield. I think Arfield would be a better choice if you're going to put a single person up there. But he wouldn't be playing up there all the time. He would be dropped back into a midfield where he'd be comfortable. That's the way I see it. I'm sorry if I sound disappointing, but that's the way I see it, you know.
Aye, fair enough. You're no changing. There's no any chance of him being drastic, mate, and try to solve a problem by going three at the back so he can flood the midfield. Because I think that's where the game will be won on Sunday. Aberdeen will try and have the extra man in there and we need to match them.
But don't you think it would need to? He would need to have the centre halves are capable of playing that type of thing, a fit. So we don't know if Katic is fit or unfit, you know.
Well, we have got 4 centre halves now. We've got Macaulay who's started the game.
That's what I'm saying. But we don't know if they're fit. I mean, Katic played last Sunday, and we saw sometimes he wasn't that great, and that's a big difference in the player from a couple of months ago. There, he was absolutely dynamite. So he might just not be fit enough. I don't care. I would go 3-5-2 in any way, providing we've got the confidence of the 3 guys at the back, and that allows the full backs to push forward and create your 5 across the midfield. It would be great for me. I'd do that, no problem. But I wouldn't do it just for the sake of doing it. So they have to be fit. They have to be fit and capable and able. That's all I've got to say about it. They have to be. Because I said, as soon as you go 3 at the back, you might think you're being strong and all the rest of it, but people can easily get behind you with a bit of pace, and we don't have the pace in the back at the moment. We just don't have it.
See, Aberdeen predominantly play a 4-4-2 anyway.
Aye.
You know, that's the way that they play. You know, I mean, the big dirty one, Logan. I don't like him. They've got Devlin and all. Aye, they've got Considine as well. I can't remember the other guy in the back 4, but I know they've got
McKenna.
He's back as well for Sunday, isn't he?
He's not playing, so he was injured, then he's suspended, didn't he?
Is he?
No, he's playing. He's available.
Is he available? And then in the middle, you've got Shinnie, Mackay, Stephen, and obviously Big Dom. I can't remember who the other guy is there. And up front, I've got the boy Cosgrove. I can't remember who else plays up front.
Me.
It might be.
There is a Stephen McLean, but it's not the one I'm thinking. It's the boy that used to play with St Johnson that's new with him, innit? Is that no?
No, he's with Hearts.
No, that boy McLean. I was getting mixed up there. He had a wee spell at Aberdeen before, but
he's playing
at Hearts now. So he's
Wilson, that's another striker, isn't it? Wilson, I think his name is.
Oh right, that's who it is. Aye.
They've got the young boy. Is it Ferguson? You call him?
He's Barry Ferguson's nephew. Aye.
Derek Ferguson's son, that's right.
Lewis Ferguson. That's right. So that'll be like Shinnie and that boy Ferguson, Big Dom Ball and Mackay Stevens.
Yeah.
Up there midfield. That's a midfield we should be able to combat. But Shinnie is fearless.
A lot of pace in there, pal.
But Shinnie's fearless in the tackle. We know that. Mackay Stephen can be pushed off the ball quite easy. I've got to say, not just because he's a Rangers Legends relative, but I think the boy Lewis Ferguson looks no a bad wee player. Dominic Ball, it was with us, wasn't he? So he was alright, but he was nothing great. He played where he did, Considine, I think, will be a big player for them. But we've got to combat that, So, if we play one up front, it's going to be a hard shift for them guys, isn't it? It's going to be a right.
He scored against us, that boy Ferguson. When he was with Hamilton Accies, I'm sure he played. I'm sure he scored against us when he was with Hamilton.
Who was it? Wilson that scored the goal when he equalised in the last minute against us?
No, it was the boy that came in. Well, what was his name? He came on for as a substitute. Oh my God, what's his name? It's no Wilson.
Maybe
there's somebody in the lobby able to tell us, but it wasn't Wilson. Young lad, he's only 18 or 19 or something like him on. And I'm sure that boy Ferguson scored against us, scored a worldie against us, overhead kick. I'm sure it was for Hamilton Accies against us. And you think to yourself, oh my God, how did they do it? These guys scored their first goal against us. Anyway.
If people want to join us for the last 25 minutes, mate, where can they phone, Bridge?
They can phone in 0141 356 1972.
Or they can join us at rangersradio.online. People that are in the lobby who usually phone up, we've not had a lot of calls for them tonight, so please feel free to phone in and give your view on the team on Sunday. Another wee bit of news that came out today, Jimmy, you picked up there about the loan manager.
Wally Kirkwood, aye.
Good appointment. Yeah.
Aye, well, he's at Ibrox now as a senior manager at the academy. He is currently the youth team coach, and then he's progressed to the senior manager of the Rangers Academy. Look, he's been in and out of Rangers for the last few years, and he's done a job for us in the past. Had not a bad playing career, but it'd be interesting to see what kind of job he's going to fulfil. I listened to Stevie Gerrard's presser the other day, and he went into quite in depth about how that this manager's going to be. The loans manager's going to look at obviously all the loan players and travel to see how they not just perform on the park but off the park as well, which is important. And I know that's something you spoke about, Fox, about how the players perform off the park, education-wise and otherwise. It's a good appointment. Obviously, that he's got great experience in Scottish football. He's got a good CV in Scottish football. He's played for a few clubs. So, let's go on, mate, and let's see what he can do for us. And maybe somebody will give him a wee trip to go and see Carlos or Herrera or something like that.
Well, the thing is, mate, we should be making clubs, demands of clubs the same as clubs will do with us with loan players.
Yep.
And maybe somebody like the loan manager can do and seeing them for real, not just depending on phone calls and match reports and newspapers. Go down there and, like say, Greg, what do you call God, his name's in the boy at Shrewsbury now.
Greg Docherty.
Greg Docherty. I mean, we should be doing there at Shrewsbury saying, we want him to do this, we want him to improve on that, and make sure the training, he's getting the training that we ask for, make sure that he's getting the game time we ask for, and that's the sort of thing that other clubs make demands on us. And I know that Sadiq's representatives have come here and had a few words with Rangers backroom staff and how he's been getting on. And obviously that's what's happening now in football. I think Liverpool will be very pleased with the way that Ryan Kent is turning out to play for us. I think they'll be very pleased how much Ajari has come on. And that's because we are playing them and training them well, and our young players deserve the same respect for other clubs as well, you know.
Of course they do, you're 100% right, because, I mean, we're a big club. Glasgow Rangers are a big club. The same as all these, the same as the Liverpools, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, and all that. We're Rangers. So we should be afforded the same courtesy. And if any team's got our players on loan, then they should be abiding by the loan deal. And if Billy Kirkwood's there to make sure that goes through, then let's hope that he can manage to do that. I 100% agree with you, folks. We need to follow that through, because, as I said before, they should show us the same courtesy as we show them by having their players on loan. So they should do the same for us. 100%, mate.
Can I just say that good luck to him. Congratulations on the job. I believe it's a promotion for him. And I hope he's a raging success at it. I don't see him jumping up and down in planes, trains and automobiles every day of the week. He'll certainly start up maybe Skype calls to clubs to speak to both the player and whomever's in charge of him, you know, at the place, or phone calls. There will be times he has to go and visit. So he might plan that visit to, say, 3 different clubs in the one area for a couple of days. But I just don't see him shifting about all over the country. But one thing he needs to do, he needs to get his list of players and needs to find out how they're playing, how many times they've played, and what is the reason they weren't played before. Why were they sitting on the bench? Why were they not on the bench? What kind of injuries have been carrying? And so on and so forth. All the silly things that we take for granted that someone's doing, when in fact somebody's maybe not doing it. And they're going to blame the club for... You could easily blame a club that's got your player there and the guy doesn't get a game. How's he only get 10 games? Well, he's been injured. Oh, well, nobody told us he'd been injured, so I would imagine this is the kind of information that Rangers need just to make sure everything's all right with their players. It'd be great, absolutely great.
Billy Kirkwood would have seen most of these young boys that are out on loan as well, promoting within. Good idea for you, Bridge, to promote within Marine people.
Oh, absolutely. That's a position. Screaming out for somebody that knows these youngsters, knows them, he'll see them. You know, he's going to be based up there at Hummel Training Centre. He'll see all the youngsters. He'll be involved with them, and you know, as they come through, you know, they'll be getting loaned out when they're young as well. You know, so absolutely, yes, absolutely. I think it's a great. It just shows you how professional our club's becoming, and their investments there, putting that in. Just super for me anyway. I'm really pleased, really pleased.
The other bit of news, of course, was Glenn Middleton signing a new contract. I was very pleased with that, getting him tied down to a longer deal, because that boy looks as though he's going to make it at Ibrox. Are you pleased with that, Jimmy?
Oh, definitely. Well, we've given him all the plaudits here in the last few months, folks. And we all rate him, you know. Obviously, we get brought from Norwich and that, but I mean, he's a star in the making, and it's pleased. How long was the contract, folks? You know, I never actually read it today.
I think he's there to 2022 now or something like that.
That's great. You know, he's a great prospect, because he is still a prospect, 23. Obviously.
But was that little blue? Did you say something there?
It says it's 2023. Oh, sorry, Clive.
Signed up till 2023.
Oh, that's good.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
So that gives him a bit of stability, and lets him know that he's wanted at Rangers, and that his career will only progress being a Rangers player. And if down the line we have got to sell him or whatever then that means that he's not going to just walk away for the club. He's here for another 4 years now, so 5 years. So great prospect, but he's a Rangers in the making, folks. He's there for a long term. I'd love to see him there for a long term, but great news today. 5-year contract, fantastic.
He's one of the young boys that really progressed when the under-20s were playing all the foreign teams for that year that we done last year, and he's really doing well with the Scotland under-21s as well. And I think a lot of people have been having a wee look at Glenn Middleton. I think Rangers have been smart in tying him down to a deal as long as that.
Definitely. Yeah. Can I just say that, you know, young Middleton's going to be a star for us, as a star in the making. I think he's, well, we'll use the word unfortunate. I think he's unfortunate that young Ryan Kent's actually sparkling at the moment. And and a lot of folk thought he was, Ryan Kent was a man of the match last night. To be a man of the match in a group game in the European area, just fantastic. Just fantastic. So, yeah, a young lad like Middleton trying to keep him out the team would be a real struggle. So maybe he's going to come to the fore only odd few minutes here and there, and until such times as a decision is made with the people that own Ryan Kent, if they're going to put him out on loan somewhere else, or maybe Rangers buy him. But if he goes, Middleton's going to have a slot in the left wing for sure, 100%.
You're talking about Ryan Kent. Is he the best winger in Scottish football at the present time?
Oh, jeez. That's a question and a half. You know, you've got a couple of really good wingers that are playing really well, out of their skin, and that's one of them, that's for sure. I think that young boy at Aberdeen, him that done the sit down in the River Kelvin, when he was crying, remember that? He jumped into the water and they found him.
Mackay Stevens,
him. He is a really good player. He is a really, really, really good player. Very fast, got plenty of pace. But for me, this Ryan Kent seems to be, well, geez, he's so many tricks and so much fast pace. It's just great to see, great to watch. So yeah, I would agree with you. He's not far away from being the best footballing winger / midfielder in the country at the moment. There's no far away from that.
Yeah, we've already made approaches for another year for both him and Ajaria.
Well, let's put it this way: if our manager wouldn't be the manager he is, if he's seen these guys blossom over the last 3 months, from where they were, even people like me, who is a super optimist, didn't think they were doing that well, but they came onto a game the last month. My God, both of him and Ajaria, just fabulous. Koulibaly, just wonderful to see. So there's 3 of those loan players. I think the manager would be making the dashes down to whomever it is he's going to. Would it be? Who is it? Koulibaly's from Angers or something? Is it Angers?
Angers.
So I would imagine there's going to be communications all over the place. By the way, I meant to say to you, I read again the other night that he has an option. There is an option to buy on the Koulibaly's contract. Now, I can't prove it, but that's what I'm hearing. There's definitely an option to buy. And I don't know if Rangers could take that option up in January, just for saying sake, but the loan period is certainly till the end of the season. So I'm really looking forward to Rangers signing someone of that quality and let him shine for a season or two, because he's going to be a great player for us if he can keep going the way he's going, that is, So
out of that midfield there, right, if I had a chance to buy any of the 3 of them and I was only allowed to buy one, I'd buy Kent. That's the one I would buy. But I don't think we'll get an option to buy him, because you know why? I think it'll be out of reach.
I'd be really happy, Jimmy, if the 2 Liverpool boys stayed for another year. I think they'll only get better for me. And
I know that. What I'm saying is, if there was an option to buy Fox, I think the only one that I would buy right away would be Kent, but I still think that would be out of reach. I think the way Kent will probably play for us in the future, to the end of the season, I think if he doesn't come back and loan, I don't think he'll come back at all. I don't think we could afford him. I think Liverpool rate him that highly. The other 2 guys, Koulibaly and Ajaria, yep, I'd love to see them at Ibrox, whether it be loan or buy. But I think out of the 3, I think the one that would be out of reach would be Kent, if it was money involved, mate. But I would take the 3 of them on loan again, no problem.
If I was the Liverpool coaches that are sending the boys out on loan, they obviously, just imagine, they've got a loan manager or someone who looks after the kids that are going out on loan. Then you would be approaching someone like that. And our manager is a Liverpool underage coacher. He's a coach, so at the under-20s or whatever. So he knows these boys. He knows what's going on. He has done, known what's going on. I would imagine he knows, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. The probability is that these boys, and I'm talking about Ajaria and Ryan Kent, they might be way out of Rangers' reach, but they might get as Foxy says, they might not be ready to step into the Liverpool team. So Liverpool maybe end up in a dilemma. What do they do with the boys? Did they take them back and keep playing them in their youth setup, and they could actually rot away there, they could rust away, or do they give Rangers, or teams like Rangers, a chance to get a good at them? And I would love it to be Rangers, of course. I mean, there's a crossroads there for Liverpool to look at these players, because Rangers have brought them on an absolute ton.
Yeah.
Liverpool's
got a loan manager called Julian Ward.
There you go.
And he says, I've just put it up here, he chooses and picks where and tells Liverpool where they should and should not send their players, and what clubs are important to their development depending on the way the team plays. I just put that up there. So that they've got a guy, I think he had a wee stint at Liverpool before, but I think he's made a coach in his own right. But that's their loan manager, so he determines what Liverpool player goes where and what football would suit them best. Obviously, he thought that Ryan Kent and Ajaria would be suited for Rangers, and if he thinks that they can still come here for another season, I don't think there's anybody would disagree with that. We would take them.
Yeah, but just for saying sake that Liverpool say, I'm just being devil's advocate here. If Liverpool don't...
You just hold that a minute. We've been joined by a caller, mate, later on. We've not got that much time to fit him in. Evening caller, I think it's Dale.
Hi, Fox, yeah, it's Dale. How you doing?
How you doing, mate? Dale, how you doing, pal?
Aye, great, boys. Great, loving the chat. No, just a quickie. I think Kent's got a little bit of the Rangers bug. I must admit, I've heard little sort of lines and statements from him saying that he wouldn't be totally against the idea of certain things here and there. And I've got a funny feeling that I think he'll certainly be here for another year. And I also think that Liverpool must be quite impressed with what they see their youngsters playing in the top flight of Europe. I suppose Champions League is, but you know what I mean. There's still, that game was shown all around the world last night. So I think come January, we might see something else with Liverpool. The Solanke rumour doesn't seem to go away and different things like that. So I think it looks really positive.
That's a good shout, mate. Because I'm the same feeling as yourself. You know, he's made good noises that you know he'd love to stay at Rangers. And me personally, I'd like to see us buy him. But if we can't buy him, I'd take him for another season in a loan in a heartbeat. He's made good sound bites about coming to the Gers. Dale, definitely. So, if he wants to come, we're going to shake his hand and say, "Come on in." But that's you're right. You know, he's out there and he's playing for Rangers in the Europa League. Good platform. He's put himself on. Yeah, why not? I mean, there's other teams have signed loan players for 2 and 3 seasons. Who says we can't do the same?
Well, if you just think back to last season, boys, and we had that boy Emerson Hindman, and we thought he was an absolutely fantastic player for us, which he was. From Bournemouth, do you remember him?
Yeah, he's Hibs now.
That's what I'm saying. He's been on loan. He came up for, I think, 6 months last year to the Hibs and got the 6 because he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't getting any decent games with Bournemouth. And he came up on loan last season and he's up again this season. So that's the point I was trying to get to, was if you take those two boys who are absolute stars for us, Ajaria and Ryan Kent, wonderful players, but would Liverpool actually play them? Would they put them in the squad? And so on and so forth. You know the questions I'm talking about. So if they don't, then they could end up getting bounced around the lower leagues in England for loan periods. Whereas if they stayed at Rangers or went to Rangers, they're going to get European football, which they're playing now. They're playing European football, and they're loving it.
I don't think you'll ever see Ryan Kent being bounced about the lower leagues in English football. Right, I think he's too good a player for that. Right, and if he's not at Rangers next season, it'll be with a
foreign
club or Championship, one of the top Championship clubs in England. He's too good a player to be bouncing about the Shrewsburys and the Preston North Ends. He'll be at a decent club. If it's not us, it'll be somewhere else that can give him the platform he wants. But what Dale said there is 100%. It's a lot of good soundbite coming out for Ryan Kent. He wants to be at Rangers, right? And if they say to him, we want you to get loan next season, I think if he gets a choice, he'll pick the Rangers, definitely.
I think that's what I was trying to say, because there's European football at Ibrox. And providing Rangers are in the European football area, there's a platform to let them do it, and they could grow right into and be some of the great players that they're hoping to be, both Hajeria and Tim. However, I wouldn't discount the fact that Rangers might buy one of them. I wouldn't discount it at all. Rangers might just go in there next summer and buy one of them, because they're brilliant players, no doubt about it.
Yourself, Dale, do you think there's any chance or any prospect that we'll be signing that young boy?
I think there's a chance. I think, put it this way, how many players, professional players, walked out to 50,000 last night with an atmosphere like that across Europe? Not many, I wouldn't have thought. So for him to get a spotlight like that, get the bug, I think we're probably going to have more money than possibly what we think as well. If he keeps proving himself like that, obviously the price goes up. That's the downside to it. But at the same time, I think there's also a balance in a player's life where they think, I'm earning a decent amount of money, I'm getting a game every week, and I'm a hero to these young lads and lassies in the stadium, cheering me on every week, where you suddenly have that the highs, the dizzying highs of that, and then suddenly go back on loan where you don't even make the bench. There's talk of you getting loaned out to here, there, or everywhere. Suddenly you've got a decision to make. So sometimes, money talks, and 9 times out of 10 it does win, doesn't it? But there's still that sort of point, that sort of point where you've got to really sort of make a decision as a professional player, and am I happy here, am my family happy here, or whatever it might be. I think there's a chance. I think there is a chance. It's maybe a bit slim, but I still think there's a chance that he'll have the bug by then.
I could tend to agree. I think he turns 22 next month. Liverpool were smart enough to extend his contract before he came up here. But at 22-year-old, and you look who's in front of you at Liverpool, mate, you're starting to look a bit to the future yourself at 22, I would think. And if he's playing well up here, as you Dale rightly said there, the fans appreciate him up here. I don't know what sort of money we'd be talking about, but could 5 million bring him here?
I think less than that. I think we have to be realistic. They are Liverpool, we know that. But at the same time, he's not done anything in the English Premiership or the English Championship. But he has played well up here and the European front. So there'll be some, but you just imagine he's only a youth player for them in reality. He's just a youth player. He's 22,
mate. He's 22.
Yeah, I'm saying in their system, he's just a youth player. So chances are, if you walked in there tomorrow and said, look, when the time comes, we'll give you £2 million for him.
Oh, come on, Bridge.
Whoa. They might laugh at you initially. But as you said, he's 21 now, and in another month's time or so, he's going to be 22. They can't play him in the youths anymore, if you follow what I mean.
Bridge, I'll be quite honest, mate. I mean, I even think the estimation that Fox has put on there is... I would think so, Fox, pal. Me personally, I think if somebody was going to go and buy Ryan Kent the way he's performed for Rangers, I knew he'd be talking 7 million. Honestly, you see some of the players doing in the English Championship now who couldn't lace Ryan Kent's boots, and they're going for 10, 15 million.
But hold on, you can't. I know you're saying that, but he's never played in the English Championship. I know
that.
It's very important. Very important. He's never played in these leagues. These leagues are really tough. What the football he's playing at the moment, he's in probably the right place for his future. But 7 million is quite a lot for someone who's never had championship experience. That's all I'm saying.
But there's young boys in England now at 19, 20 going for 5, 6, 7 million to German and French teams.
Yes, I know. But
anyway, I need to cut this debate short. We're running out of time already. Right, I know, but we'll leave the last word to Del there. Final thoughts on him, mate?
Doing great. I just hope he just keeps it up and keeps it going. And he's, as Spurs man would say, he seems to have the motivation behind him. He seems to be loving it, and I think I hope he does a job on Sunday. I really do. Hope he runs right through them.
Cheers, mate. Final word to you, Bridge.
Oh, what can I say? Marvellous night tonight. Well done to you, Foxy and Jimmy and so on, and Delboy for phoning in, and of course the little blue there. And what's her name?
Tracy.
Sorry, I couldn't make her name out there, sorry. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, we'll get a massive game on Sunday. So I'm buzzing for it. Really looking forward to it. Come on now. Keep it going for the Rangers. Every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us.
We'll be back on Sunday afternoon with a pre-match and an after-match show. So all the best to the Rangers and all the support travelling to Hampden. Good night. Thanks very much for listening.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white, from the day I'd be Rangers for life. I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I would show him the way, as he did on that day. And so now here I stand, with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the jurors, my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.